Have you ever felt like something's changing, but you can't quite put your finger on it? It starts quietly. You push off the couch with both hands. You skip the stairs because they suddenly feel steeper. You hesitate before kneeling down, unsure if getting back up will be as easy as it used to be. These might seem like minor changes, but they're not. They are early signs that your body is losing the strength, balance, and endurance needed to keep you independent. And here's the truth. Once you stop doing these things, your body starts forgetting how to do them at all. But if you're between 65 and 80 and can still do these 8 things, you're not just in good health. You're a rare gem. Research shows that people who maintain these abilities have a much higher chance of living past 100. And the best part, you might already be on the path to a longer life without even realizing it. Today, we're going to reveal 8 powerful signs that set you apart. If you can still do these, your body and mind are aging far better than most. And if you stay with me until the end, sign number 8 will surprise you. It's something most people overlook, but it plays a major role in determining how long and how well you live. Before we begin, if you care about staying strong, independent, and full of energy for years to come, subscribe to Wisdom of Elderly and turn on notifications, because the best time to take control of your health is right now. Now let's get started. Sign 1. You can get up from a chair without using your hands. Most people assume that losing strength happens overnight, but it doesn't. It happens slowly, silently, in ways you don't even notice. Until one day, something that used to be effortless feels like a struggle. One of the clearest early warning signs, needing your hands to push yourself up from a chair. At first, it might seem like no big deal. Maybe you think you're just a little tired that day. Maybe the chair is lower than usual. But here's the truth. If you need your hands for support, it means your lower body strength is already declining. And once that decline starts, it only gets worse, unless you take action. Take Harold, for example. He's 77 and has always been active. But one day he realized he was pushing himself up from his recliner using his arms. He didn't think much of it until his doctor told him something shocking. Your ability to stand up from a chair without help is one of the biggest indicators of how long you'll stay independent. That's because strong legs and core muscles are what keep you balanced, mobile, and stable. Weak legs mean a higher risk of falls, and falls are one of the leading causes of life-altering injuries in older adults. Harold decided to take his doctor's advice seriously. He started doing simple exercises, squats, seated leg lifts, and heel raises. Within a few months, he could stand up with ease again, and more importantly, he felt stronger and more confident in his movements. So, think back to the last time you got up from a seated position. Did you do it effortlessly? Or did you feel like you needed an extra push? If you can still rise from a chair without using your hands, it's a powerful sign that your muscles, balance, and coordination are still working in sync. And if you can't, the good news is that strength can be rebuilt at any age. Small daily efforts lead to big results over time. Sign 2. You can walk at a brisk pace without feeling out of breath. Most people don't think twice about how fast they walk, but science says they should. Walking speed is directly linked to lifespan. In fact, studies show that people who can still walk at a brisk pace tend to live longer, healthier lives. Why? Because a strong walking speed isn't just about movement. It's about how well your entire body is functioning. It shows that your heart is pumping efficiently, your lungs are delivering oxygen properly, and your muscles have the endurance to keep you moving. But here's the problem. Most people don't realize they're slowing down. It happens so gradually that they just adjust. They take smaller steps, they rest more often. They avoid long walks altogether. Take William, for example. He's 74 and always enjoyed his evening walks. But one day he noticed something strange. His usual route was taking longer than before. At first, he thought maybe he was just being careful, but then he realized something else. His breathing felt heavier when climbing stairs. That was his wake-up call. Instead of ignoring it, he started paying attention to his walking speed. He timed himself over short distances, making sure he could still walk at a steady pace without getting winded. Over time, his endurance improved, his confidence returned, and he felt years younger. So think about your own walking habits. When badui, you go for a stroll, do you move with purpose, or do you find yourself slowing down more often? Do you ever need to stop and catch your breath after a short distance? If you can still walk at a brisk, steady pace without feeling winded, that's an incredible sign. It means your heart, lungs, and muscles are all working efficiently to keep you strong. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, comment 2 below. Let's see how many of us are still walking strong. Sign 3. You can balance on one foot for at least 10 seconds. Most people never think about their balance until they start losing it. But here's something surprising. Your ability to stand on one foot for at least 10 seconds is one of the strongest predictors of how long you'll live. Why? Because balance isn't just about preventing falls. It's about how well your nervous system, muscles, and reflexes work together. If your balance is deteriorating, it means your body is struggling to coordinate these systems, and that can be a serious warning sign. Think about it. Have you ever wobbled slightly while putting on a sock? Did you have to reach for a counter to steady yourself? That's your body gently telling you that your balance isn't as strong as it used to be. Take Frank, for example. He's 76 and thought he was in decent shape, until one morning he tried to put on his pants while standing, and he nearly fell over. At first, he brushed it off, but later that day, he decided to test himself. Could he stand on one foot for 10 seconds? He tried, and barely lasted 3 seconds before tipping over. That was the moment he realized his stability was slipping. Determined to fix it, Frank started practicing simple balance exercises every day. Within weeks, he noticed a huge improvement, not just in his balance, but in his confidence while walking, climbing stairs, and even standing for long periods. Here's a quick test. Stand near a counter or a sturdy surface, lift one foot off the ground, and see if you can hold your balance for 10 seconds. If you can do it effortlessly, that's a great sign. If not, don't worry. Balance can be improved with daily practice. Maintaining good balance isn't just about staying steady on your feet. It's about keeping your independence for years to come. Her strong sense of balance means you're far less likely to suffer a dangerous fall, one of the biggest health risks for older adults. Sign 4. You can get down on the floor and back up without assistance. Most people don't think twice about sitting on the floor until one day they hesitate. Maybe you avoid it because you're not sure if you can get back up. Maybe you worry that your knees won't bend the way they used to. Or worse, that you'll need help getting up again. But here's the truth. If you can still get down on the floor and back up without assistance, you have a major advantage over most people your age. This ability isn't just about strength. It's about mobility, flexibility, and coordination. The key factors that determine whether you'll stay active and independent for years to come. Take Joseph, for example. He's 78, and one day his grandson asked him to play a board game on the floor. He hesitated, not because he didn't want to play, but because he wasn't sure if he could get back up. That's when he realized something important. He had stopped using certain movements, and now his body was losing the ability to do them. Determined to change that, Joseph started practicing simple movements, slowly lowering himself down, shifting his weight, using his legs instead of relying on furniture. Over time, he regained the ability to get down and up with ease, and more importantly, he felt confident in his movements again. Here's a quick test. Try sitting on the floor and then standing back up, without using your hands or holding on to anything. If you can do it easily, that's a great sign. If you struggle, don't ignore it. Mobility can be improved at any age with the right exercises. Because here's the reality. Once you stop doing something, your body starts forgetting how to do it. And that's when simple tasks, like picking something up, reaching under a table, or even preventing a fall, become much harder. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights helpful, comment 4 below. Let's see how many of us still have this precious ability. Sign 5. You can carry a full grocery bag without struggling. Most people don't realize it, but losing strength often starts in the hands. If you struggle to carry a grocery bag, open a jar or lift everyday objects, it's not just about weak arms. It's a warning sign that your overall muscle strength may be fading. And here's why that matters. Grip strength is one of the most accurate predictors of longevity. Studies show that people with a strong grip tend to live longer, healthier lives. Those who struggle with basic lifting tasks are more likely to experience mobility decline and frailty. Take Richard, for example. He's 75 and never thought twice about carrying groceries, until one day he realized his arms felt weaker. What used to be effortless now required pausing, adjusting the weight. At first he blamed it on a long day, but then it happened again. That's when he knew something had changed. Instead of ignoring it, Richard took action. He started doing simple strength exercises, lifting light weights, squeezing a rubber ball to improve grip, and using resistance bands. Within weeks, he noticed a difference. Carrying groceries felt easier again. His hands felt stronger and steadier. Think about your own experience. Do you carry your groceries with ease, or do you find yourself shifting the weight to avoid straining? Strength loss doesn't happen overnight. It happens gradually, quietly, until one day you realize that simple tasks feel harder. But the good news? Strength can be rebuilt at any age. If you can still carry a full grocery bag without struggling, take it as a sign that your muscles are still working well. If not, small daily efforts like grip exercises and light weightlifting can make a huge difference. Because when your muscles are strong, you're not just carrying groceries, you're maintaining your independence. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, comment 5 below. Let's see how many of us still have the strength to carry on. Sign 6. You can climb a flight of stairs without stopping. Most people don't think about how strong their heart and lungs are until they start struggling with stairs. It happens gradually. One day you're climbing with ease. The next you feel winded before you reach the top. You might blame it on being tired, but the truth is your endurance is fading. And here's why that matters. Your ability to climb stairs without stopping is one of the strongest indicators of heart and lung health. If you can still do this, it means your cardiovascular system is working efficiently, which is a major predictor of longevity. Take George, for example. He's 73 and always took the stairs without thinking twice. But over time, he found himself choosing the elevator more often. Then one day, he had to climb a short flight at a friend's house, and by the time he reached the top, he was completely out of breath. That was his wake-up call. He realized his endurance wasn't what it used to be. Instead of ignoring it, he took action. He started taking the stairs more often, walking at a brisker pace and gradually building his endurance back up. Within weeks, he noticed a change. His legs felt stronger, his breathing improved, and stairs no longer felt like an obstacle. If you want to test yourself, find a staircase with at least 10 steps. Walk up at a steady pace and see how you feel at the top. Do you feel strong? Or do you need to stop and catch your breath? If you can climb a flight of stairs without stopping, that's a fantastic sign. If you struggle, don't ignore it. Endurance can be improved, but only if you work on it. Because here's the reality. The moment you start avoiding stairs, you're training your body to get weaker. And once you lose that strength and endurance, getting it back becomes much harder. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, comment 6 below. Let's see how many of us can still take the stairs with confidence. Sign 7. You can remember recent conversations and events. Clearly, strength and endurance are important. But what about your mind? Many people assume that occasional forgetfulness is just a normal part of aging. But here's the truth. If you're still able to recall conversations, remember details from days ago, and stay mentally sharp, you're aging far better than most. Because memory loss doesn't happen overnight. It creeps in slowly, subtly. At first you forget where you put your keys. Then you struggle to recall a conversation from last week. Before you know it, you're relying on notes just to remember simple things. Take Paul, for example. He's 79 and started noticing that, while many of his friends were struggling with memory loss, he could still recall details from conversations weeks ago. He never forgot a name, a date, or something someone told him in passing. At first, he thought it was just luck. But then he realized it was his daily habits that kept his brain sharp, because the brain is like a muscle. It needs regular exercise to stay strong. People who read daily, play strategy games, engage in conversations, or learn new skills tend to maintain their cognitive function much longer than those who don't. And here's something even more important. Staying socially active plays a huge role in brain health. Isolation and lack of engagement accelerate cognitive decline. But those who regularly interact with family, friends, or community groups keep their minds sharp for years longer. So ask yourself, can you easily recall what you ate for dinner 2 nights ago? Can you remember details from a recent conversation? If so, take it as a powerful sign that your brain is still working efficiently. If you want to keep your mind sharp, stay engaged, read, learn, play, and most importantly, keep challenging your brain. Because when your memory stays strong, you don't just live longer, you live better. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights useful, comment 7 below. Let's see how many of us still have sharp minds and sharper memories. Sign 8. You wake up feeling rested and ready for the day. Most people don't realize this, but sleep quality is one of the strongest predictors of longevity. If you're between 65 and 80 and still wake up feeling rested, alert, and ready to take on the day, you have a major advantage over most people your age. Because here's the reality. Poor sleep is not just an inconvenience. It weakens your immune system, accelerates cognitive decline, and increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even memory loss. Yet, so many seniors struggle with sleep, waking up multiple times during the night, feeling groggy in the morning, or needing naps throughout the day. Take Roger, for example. He's 74 and used to sleep through the night with no problem, but as he got older, he started waking up restless and exhausted. At first he thought it was just part of aging, but then he made a few small changes, sticking to a regular bedtime, reducing screen time before bed, and creating a relaxing nighttime routine. Within weeks, he was sleeping better, waking up with more energy and feeling sharper throughout the day. So ask yourself, do you wake up naturally without an alarm? Do you feel alert and focused in the morning? Or do you wake up feeling tired, sluggish, and unmotivated? Because sleep isn't just about feeling rested. It's about how well your body is repairing itself. People who get high-quality sleep tend to have lower risks of serious health issues, better brain function, and higher energy levels. It's easy to brush off the little things until they become big things. But the truth is, your body is always speaking. You just have to listen early. Because the sooner you start, the stronger your future can be. And sometimes the smallest changes today are what keep you standing tall tomorrow.